everybody, and welcome back to 3-2 Brew. Today we are going to be doing some pre-modern testing with a brew that I put together. So I've been kind of looking for some decks to try and brew and have some fun with. I know that this space has not been, it's been hit or miss for depending on who you talk to, but I think that there's a lot of opportunity to brew in the meta currently and sort of see what's going on. So this brew here is taking heavy inspiration from my pre-fire land destruction deck, which only runs 6 land destruction spells, but it also has an Arbor Elf to untap, the enchantment that goes on, and you can choose a different color and tap it, untap, and have like a ton of mana on turn 2. I forget the name of it, but regardless of any of that, I have kind of set up this deck to be somewhat similar to that one. We can't get as big a mana as fast. There is wild growth in this format, but I don't love wild growth in the current meta with all the amount of land destruction running around. That's just a brutal sweep up. So what I've decided to do instead is try and run, I'm calling it like red-green tempo. Don't really know if it's a tempo build or what, but basically we're looking to ramp and get like a turn 2 Stone Rain or a Tharmakarst off into an Argothian Worm, which is pseudo land destruction or just resolves and is a 6/6 for 4, which is nasty. We have Blastoderms, a lot of 4-drops with big fat stats on them. 5/5, 4/5, 4/4. We don't have any 2 or 3 drops to smooth out this curve. We have a pseudo 3-drop in Call of the Herd. And we also have a 3-drop in Fires of Yavimaya. So I guess this technically is a Fires deck, but I don't really know what they look like on average. So I'm just running what I have here for Fires of Yavimaya. 21 lands. This might be a little light. Don't know yet. I'm going to kind of smooth it out as time goes on. A little bit of wastes. Treetop Village only a 2 of, just a little too slow. Sideboard, we got 3 crypts to take care of any replenish or oath action. Overload to take care of any dreadnought or pesky artifact decks. We got some protection here from the blue decks. 2 Pyroclasm. I had 1 Pyroclasm in the main, but I'm hoping to just power through them. 3 Tranquil Domain to fight off Enchantress or Replenish, plus a Caller of the Claw to go against any kind of sweepers we may encounter if we play against like a white control deck. This deck took heavy inspiration from the mono green Stompy list that went through the regional qualifier, or not regional qualifier, sorry, the regional quarterly event that the Rest Crew puts on. So I have taken Arjan Jin from them. They ran 4 Blastoderms. They only ran 2 Baloths. They ran a lot more of a prison setup in the sorcery, instant enchantment, and artifact realm. Very similar. They have more creatures than I do on paper, but I wanted to leave some room here for some lightning bolts just in case we need to finish someone off. Naturalize main deck to fight off any, oath style type of things. And then I wanted to have a little bit of a land destruction package, not fully in on it. This is not the primary goal of the deck, but this allows us to kind of play tempo. Getting a turn 2 Stone Rain into, Blastoderm or something crazy like that is nice. So our 3, we're trying to power through 2 drops into 3 drops and then play 3 up into 4. I couldn't find anything that was like 5 to 6 range that I really loved for creatures. There's like a 2 of for each of them, just to try and top off our curve. I know that there is the one, I believe Kavu, that bounces it back. It's a 7/7 with trample. I don't know. I just didn't love the stat line. So we're going to run it through 3 games of testing and just kind of give it a peep. I do want to note down here, I have some considering Pouncing Dragwire and Skyshroud Elite, 2 just absolute like 10 land stompy beasts. Blurred Mongoose for the blue matchups. Ernham Jim is actually in here. And then Pangasaur. Whenever a player plays a land, return Pangasaur to its owner's hand. I had toyed around with like a green-white version with swords instead of bolts and basically way less land destruction. I think it would have been like 3 Karst, 3 Armageddon. And then would have had to figure out the enchantment space, probably just some more creatures. Something we might toy around with in the future. So I'm going to keep it in mind, but let's hop into testing here and see how this runs. We are on to match number 1 here. We have a bit of ramp and a 3-drop. I like what this is doing. We're going to fetch Wooded Foothills. We don't have any on-hand red, which is A-OK. We're going to go Forest, Windhorn Elves. And let's see where we can get to here. We have Call. See if we can get stomping on them. We got Blastoderm as well if we find an additional land. I'd like to find a green-red source if at all possible. Uh-oh. Well, that's at least a baseline of a waistline target. Okay. Oh boy. We're drawing red. Call the herd. Not able to bolt the bird. I can wasteland next turn if I really need to. I would like to resolve this Blastoderm though. I'd actually really like to bolt the bird and hit the waste and put them back on 2 mana sources. And just kind of let that get trucking. But don't know if we're going to be able to do that or not. 4 mana. Ooh, we got some bug action. Did consider a price of progress for the sideboard here. All the blossoms is tough for us. Red source lets us take them off of black or blue and also hit the bird. That's what we're kind of looking for here. Bug is interesting though. I guess this could this technically be a Lauren? Yeah, this could be a Lauren now that I think about it. We drew a second wasteland. Do I want to do that? No, I don't think I do. I believe I would like the Blastoderm. Blastoderm having Shroud is just nasty business. Not able to attack. Okay. Next turn we can double waste. They know that though. Like it's face up. We have 9 points of damage in our hand as well if we can find our own bird. This Blastoderm's going to get some good beats in. Maybe it was a bit sketchy of a hand to keep, but, you know, we do have 21 lands. We should be drawing something. The wastelands are a little bit questionable. They are very good. Never knew these were an uncommon. That is devious work. But, yeah, just the amount of non-basics running around is kind of crazy. I guess I maybe should have wasted, because they could just allure and combo us right here, right now. They have double green, yeah. Had to hit him with a lull. There were cars. You're probably looking at it like, all right, well, do I flash back, use a ball of blossoms? I would, personally. Oh, I love to see it. Blue in their pool. This still isn't confirmed Bugaloran. I'm just guessing it is. There goes all of our lightning bolts. It's alright. Red source couldn't be found. It's going to happen sometimes. They valued the blocker more than the mana source with 2 wastelands sitting on the board. That's a very interesting choice. I guess that saves them quite a bit of damage, now that I think about it. Let's see, they're trying to figure out what to do here. Look at that. Never knew you could, you know, point that out like that. Intuition. Okay. Let's see what they want me to look at. Aloran? Okay. I mean, you're crazy if you think that I'm not just about to wasteland the soul out of you. Because I'm about to just waste. Waste? Combat? Attack with everyone? Even letting the Finhorn elves with their knives get in there? It's pushing 9 damage. You're dead in 2 hits if you don't block. Okay. We'll take it. Because I still have Fire Up Treetop Village hit you for 3 beats. That's still on the table. Undiscovered Paradise, very nice. Another Wall of Blossoms. That is dirty. Okay. Fading happens. Ooh. If we can just get one more source of mana, we're going to be able to hit heavy with this Blastoderm. Maybe 22 lands is the correct thing, you know? I mean, we still have another turn of Blastoderm. Gonna put them to 2. They don't block. They didn't hit a land drop last turn. They have just black right now. They do have Chomp alive. Okay, there's their green. Oh, they have the Undiscovered Paradise. Derp, 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 derp. Sadly for them, these are not Wall of Roots, whom I considered for this deck. Okay, Birds of Paradise. Fires of Yavimaya right now would go crazy. Actually, it wouldn't even go that crazy. Yeah, I'm going to take a turn off and invest in a birds here. Because that means next turn I can Blastoderm. Minimal. Gotta block, right? Yeah. There we go. We took down one of the walls. Okay. That's a Lauren for us. Man, we got really unlucky with the land draws here. Let's see if they have the combo first. Or if they got to dig for it. Okay, Fiend taking Blastoderm. Okay. There's a Spike Feeder. Okay, Blastoderm dies. Well, there's Baloth. Literally a turn too late. But is what it is. No attacks. They can go off whenever here. Wonder if they're missing pieces. I mean, if they are this Elephant token and Baloth plus. Okay. Mana War. Bounce Wall of Blossoms. Okay, so they're digging. Here comes Wall of Blossoms. I'm actually just going to F6. Let this push through, see what it ends up being. Okay, second Spike Feeder. So that's a disgusting amount of life on board. They only got one card in hand. No attacks. Step. Oh boy. This doesn't really matter. I'm going to boot this sucker up. I'm just going to move to combat and get some beats in. They have a ton of life on board, so we're definitely disadvantageous at this point, but it seems like they're not finding the piece they need. They kill my treetop village, that's a bit of a bummer. But is what it is. I do have Bop Up still. Okay. They do gain life here. I actually have trample on that treetop village. Funny enough. Okay, so they want to kill that. That's fine. Oh, wow. Onto the wall. Okay. I will be a-okay with that. We got one of their pieces off the board. Actually, we removed both spike feeders. They have unearthed, so it's not a big deal. But that's one of their win cons. Oh, they had another one. Oh, that's wild. If I find another land here, I can flashback call. Give me another threat. No beats from them. Ooh, punish. Whoops. Stone Rain. I'm going to hit Undiscovered Paradise. Okay. Just say go. We got our Gothian Worm if we can find another mana source. We have quite a few left in the deck. Anything to start their engines? Not looking like it. They could pump up the bop and get beaten. Ooh, City of Brass. Okay. Ventorn Elves. Oh. Forgot that Aloran is double-sided. Oh, sadly, it's not. Sadly, it's not hasted. Fires Yavimaya here would be fire. Just slam our Gothian Worm. Okay, there's Raven Familiar. If they find the Cavern Harpy, then they're good to go. Oh, they don't reveal that. Interesting. Okay, another Raven Familiar. I mean, they're digging heavy. They gotta have the Cavern Harpy. Right? There's a Mana War. Just gonna bounce the Cavern Harpy. Redeploy the Cavern Harpy. Or Raven Familiar, sorry. We gotta have it now. I mean, they're so deep into their deck. They just saw what, like 9 cards? Gotta ask them where the Harpy. Unstep. Okay. 1. And we're gonna Argothian Worm. We got some reading going on, I think. They got enough lands to sack, but they don't really gotta worry about it. No. They could easily sack a worm. Or sack a land. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna just keep it moving. Ooh, they can't pay for both echoes, can they? No, they can't. Guess they only really need one. They can Reflecting Pool plus Swamp or Bop. That way they don't gotta take any life. Okay, leave them to pull up. Does this say as though they have flash? Interesting. Wall of Blossoms, that's a redraw. They are deep into their deck. We gotta have it. Polluted Delta. I'd fetch just a thin. I'd beat with a Raven Familiar. Yeah, get in there. Get your beats in. Flash in Findhorn Elves. Okay. We knew what was on top. Okay. No. Okay. We are effectively locked under the whatchamacallit. It's like we're memory lapsing ourselves every single turn. We could hold it. No fun in that though. I guess we could flashback Elephant Token. Let's try and clear the top of the deck a bit. There it is. GG's. All right. Now they're good to go. Okay. Yeah, Pyroclasm. Looking real nice. Tranquil Domain. Looking real nice. Red can help. Taking Pyro. I don't think that's the axis we want to fight them on. Probably a little bit less Thermokarst here. Just don't love it. Naturalize is good. Bolt is good. Call's very good. We're not going to have to worry about going long game with them. At least we shouldn't. If we're going to win, we shouldn't. We did lose on the play there, which is not a good sign for this deck. But again, a lot of it I think is going to be me learning how to properly mulligan. But again, this is just a deck I'm testing out. It wasn't a whole lot to build. I think I was just missing the fires. And the Color of the Claw was like 2 ticks or something. Pretty much everything else I had, I needed to pick up the elves. I didn't have full bop. But everything else, I had everything else locked in and set up. Oh, the worms and the gins as well. And I guess I didn't have Blastoderms. Seems like the deck that I was playing prior for the rock, which I don't fully remember, didn't have Blastoderms in it, which is kind of confusing. Blastoderms pretty gosh darn nasty. Let's hit this second game here and see how this goes. Yes. No acceleration here. We're going to have to mulligan. Acceleration, no red, but we can live. I believe that we actually put fires to the bottom. Yeah. We have Tranquil Domain. They went to 6. See if they go to 5. All right, we're both on 6. Good luck, have fun to my ops. Ernham Jin is going to be nasty once it gets resolved. Please don't bolt my elves. Part of me was just very scared. Ooh, I think we invest in the future. Let's assert our dominance. Good old chips for 1. Next turn, we're ginning. We get 1 more mana after that. Actually, they're not quite there yet. They didn't have any acceleration. Ooh. Nah. I think we're the beatdown right now. If we get a land next turn though, we can rain into Tranquil Domain. I don't hate that. The issue is like beating a Lauren. It's tough. Okay, Forest. Okay, they did have another play. Wasteland's got game here, though. Treetop Village. All right, let's beat in. I'm going to just Stone Rain this turn, I think. I'm going to hit their forest. Treetop, and then Stone Rain. I just want them to have to take some kind of pain for a green right now. All right, all right. I guess the Lauren's technically up. Didn't think about that. That was a stupid move. Smooth brain, smooth brain. I am extremely unknowledgeable on like this deck. It's a Lauren deck. I've watched F Balls play it, but I'm just not like with it, I guess. Yeah, here it comes. Okay. Wall of Blossoms. Okay. Spike Feeder. Do they have the Harpy? I guess not. Okay. Give it to the Bop. Okay. That's stupid to do. I will not do that. Much as I want to, it's stupid to do. Okay. Okay. Fine by me. 1 for a Call of the Herd. All right, keep pushing. Collecting Pool. I'd like 1 more mana. That way I can Argothian Worm. Plus Tranquil Domain. Argothian Worm is not great against Delorean because I don't care about their mana that much. Okay, they can unearth. 0 qualms with me. Give me a piece of mana. We're going to give it to Birds of Paradise. That is not the piece of mana I was looking for. Both these get in. Probably the exact same play as last time. Yep, yep. Okay. Forcing these blocks at least. Spike Feeder is just good though, you know? Call the herd and say okay. Bop. Value train is just online. Give their bop. Forest walk. Ooh, toasty. Argothian worm. Okay. No. All right. I can take a turn off next turn to flashback an elephant token if I want to clear the top. Kind of like constricting their mana here. It sounds kind of stupid against this deck, but I think we have some game and some merit in doing so. They may just not line up a block here. It's not the worst call. Okay, down to 5. They can go off at instant speed anytime they really like to. But I'm just not that worried about a Lauren right now. Give their bop one. I think I'm just going to do the exact same thing I just did. And force them to sack a land with our Gothian Worm? No. Move to attack. Attack with all creatures. I mean, 4 mana, repeatable land destruction? I'm not mad about it. Ooh, they're blocking with the Forest Walk. Sad day. Okay. Yep, give it to the bop. I think today I would actually like to flashback call the herd. Move to attacks. Attack with all creatures. Okay. Blocks have been posted. We have lethal on board. A Mana War. Okay. Bounce the Wall of Blossoms. Tranquil Domain? 2 cards in hand. Can they go off over top of me? They are not alive. Let's save another Aloran. Well, win some, lose most. We could, I mean, even if it didn't, it wouldn't even matter because we would have blown it up. They weren't going to play it back up. Ugh. They can bounce. But that's not drawing, that's drawing cards. But they only have the ability to do this like 6 times. Fiend, they take my Argothian Worm. Okay, go to 5. Play that. Mana War. Another Cavern Harpy. Just a free bounce. Mana War on the Wall of Blossoms. Okay. Another Wall of Blossoms. It's good luck. They just need an Unearth. Bone Shredder to hit the Djinn. I don't want to take this to time. But there's also like outside chance they fail. They're pretty safe right here. They could just pass. Okay. Cavern Harpy, bounce the Mana War, bounce the Wall of Blossoms. I mean, it's a pretty rad combo. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I got no qualms against this combo. I mean, we have a lot of 3/3s. Thing is, though, they could block all the 3/3s. I don't know if they could bounce them, though. The Cavern Harpy. Tap down. They could just Cavern Harpy. Oh, no, they can't just bounce Wall of Blossoms because it's blue or black. Never really realized that before. So they need a Mana War here. Or a Raven Familiar. Interesting. Never really thought about that. This is like a 4-card combo? But, I mean, once he gets a Spike Feeder, then it's just game. Nice. Oh. I'm going to beat in elephant tokens. I could have got him with a treetop too. Okay. Double block. They don't need that many Cavern Harpies. They could easily just throw one in front of the meat grinder here. Okay. Forest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Gothian Worm. Nope. I will not be sacking a land. Will they? No. Do or die. Bone Shredder, I assume, is going bye-byes. Oh, no. We're keeping that around. I respect that. I feel like they have to have a Spike Feeder. They're so deep into their deck. It's like insanity. Undiscovered Paradise. Card's so good. I mean, they've only had one Spike Feeder. Okay, Argothian Worm. Okay. I'm just going to beat in. They got to lay blocks on everything. They can only bounce a handful of things. Okay, sacrificing a Cavern Harpy. Double sacrificing. Putting a Wall of Roots in front of that one. Okay. Fine with me. Filter. Flashback call. Call of the Herd is so gosh darn powerful. It's amazing. Next turn, we can herd. You know, herd is the word. I mean, they are in full-blown pillow fort right now. This has to get on Spike Feeder, right? Well, good games. All right, there goes our match number 1. We took a 0-2 loss, which was quite sad. So let's get on to the second match, see how it goes. Match number 2 here. We are on the play again. Ooh, this looks like a spicy meatball of a hand. One more land source, and we're going to be looking real nice. Let's go fetch ourselves a green source. And let's drop in a Fenhorn Elves. Land into call. Looks pretty toasty to me. Let's see what they got going on. Saxay human. DR. Discard a card, I'll discard a call. Let's see, what are they going to name? They can still take something with the rats. Priest of Titania. Joke's on you. I'm not a good deck. I am playing red green pseudo tempo stoppy, and it's not really working out too great for me. I think black is actually powerful in this format. Maybe not as a primary color, but as a support color, it has to be good. I can't accept that it isn't. I wonder if they're giving a good old read to my boy Argothian Worm. Instant flashback. They gonna name Argothian Worm? Lightning Bolt. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I'll just Birds of Paradise. Get in. Sue my dominance with some beats. Keep it moving. Very nice. We got 4 mana. They don't kill anything. No, knock on wood. Okay. Carplusion Force means we can Argothian Worm. See if they want to sack a land. They probably have a removal spell for this. Let's just be honest. But I like forcing them to pick. This deck feels very much less powerful without the ability to untap my like buffed up lands. Like I can do with Arbor Elf. They didn't have any removal spells. Okay, so this is Machine Head. It's a hippie force. Well, let's just start by attacking. No blocks. We're gonna go on a green for a Blastoderm. We're just gonna get the beats on. All we have left in our hand is a Naturalize. We're gonna cast whatever comes off the top of our deck. Lava-Born Muse. I'm so glad someone's trying to make Machine Head work. Makes my heart happy. Okay, fading. Combat? That's almost lethal. Okay. Hippie's dead. Keep it moving. I like Lava-Born Muse a lot. I've been wanting to play this card. I picked a couple copies of it up. There's got to be some kind of action that could play this. All right, GG's. Took down Machine Head. Looks like we got some smaller little lads and lasses running over there. Pyroclasm's in. Don't know if they're going to have anything to really hit with Naturalize. And I think just a bird in general can go. Color the Claw, because I assume they're going to have some kind of removal for me. Some Pyroclasms can help. We'll see what they got from their side. They could have like Sarcomancy and stuff. Sarcomancy can actually be an upside. So So far, this deck just hasn't really felt it. I think the inability to do anything crazy, like going tall and whatnot, is just really not what I'm looking for, in all honesty. So I think that we just can't really pump our mana fast enough to like outrace and outpace. And what I noticed with the pre-fire, we had bombs at the top end, like Inferno Titan and stuff. We don't really have that. I mean, there is that like worm or whatever, but I don't know. I just don't see it being like that good in this deck. It's a 7/7 trampler with no protection, no ETB effect, which is very tough in this format to have a good ETB effect on a creature. Which, funny enough, like, you know, the worm is kind of a good ETB effect. I'm also thinking about like how can we get a natural order deck going? We have to have something that can natural order. This is 3-drop heaven, and I'm gonna have to mulligan it with 0 ramp. Yeah, that's a keeper. Um, hmm. I have a turn 2 stone rain. Let's drop Baloth. I'm letting them choose. I'm interested. Blackmail's a great card. Love this card. Art always cracks me up. Ha, always had it. Never didn't have it. Was kind of a stupid keep actually, because Stone Rain didn't even have a way to cast it. Ball therapy. Blastoderm. Okay. Well, if you got a black card, you better cast it now. I'm about to snipe you with a Stone Rain. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Come on, Thought Seas bug me. Give me a Stone Rain off the top. Or a Thermokarst. Either one works. Nope, that's just a simple mountain. Okay, let's get our beats in. Pass. We're gonna have to fetch mountain here, which I really don't want to do. I think that we could... I think it's worth it to kill a hippie. Though not really, because we're actually going to be top decking, aren't we? Bolt for a lava born use is nice. Yeah, the hippie's fine. I at least don't feel like I had to fetch for anything. Shivan Worm here would be the nuts. That's pretty darn good as well, though. Yeah, I think what I'd do is Stone Rain. Bolt. Untap go. Okay, another Spectre. But again, I'm not going to be discarding anything. I'm going to play everything I draw. I can take them off a red. Just keeping the hate real. Bentorn Elves just sitting here lurking. Hope the last card in hand is Lavaborn Muse. Another Spectre? We draw trips? Come on, give me a good drop. That's not it. Damage race is on. We are losing. We're losing pretty badly, too. Okay, another hippie hit. That's nice. No bounce. They might have a kill spell for it, though. Okay, there's a Maya. You got a little lava born muse action. Let's see it. Taking a terminate. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. It's a blocker. Okay. Call of the Herd here would be so good. Call, flashback. So I got 1, 2, 3. Ooh, lava born muse. That is toasty. Not going to block. We're just going to be taking bolts at the beginning of our upkeep. All right. GG's. All right. Begin sideboarding. Anything else to deal with these little buggers? No. I think we're good to go. I'm just going to resubmit that deck. All righty. I would like to be on the play. I like this. Do I, though? No, I don't actually. We're not doing anything. This I like. Bottom bop? Maybe it was actually the Clasm I should have bottomed. Sorry. Finhorn Elves. Give me a 3-drop. We haven't seen a single fires. DR. Ooh, Phyrexian Arena. You know what? Sometimes when you speak, you just receive. We get a land the next turn. Blastoderm comes in with haste, which is nice. It's well welcomed. Okay. Red source or black source? Search, very nice. I was afraid. Terminate on the Finhorn now, so we're going to get aggressive here. Oh, good. Always had it. Was never missing it. I always had it. Don't you forget it. Well, sadly, they can't terminate that one. They're getting mad card advantage. I think Phyrexian Arena is criminally underplayed. That card is so good. Fading counter. Oh, that's just nasty. Argothian Worm. Okay. I respect the hell out of that one. I would have done the exact same thing. No blocks. They're at 6. They're dust if they let whatchamacallit next turn. Discards a card at random. The rack. Love to see the rack coming out. No attack. Okay. What I'm going to do is Pyroclasm and then Blastoderm. Just going to get in there. We got one more turn with it. Then we can try for another Argothian worm next turn. Not performing as well as I thought it would. Well, that's all. GG's, we took it. Machine Head, not a bad matchup for us, I guess. Let's go on to match number 3. We are on to match number 3 now. And we are playing 5 Lights NG, whom I believe we played first time here. We know that they are on Bugaloran. But I know that I'm going to play a Fintorn Elves. Turn 1. We're going to see what we can get going here. I like to find a nice little piece of land destruction off the top here. Just bop. Or I'll take a Fires as well. Yep, this is going to be Bugaloran again, which is okay. That's a bolt. What do we do to the bird? We bolt the bird. Then we move to attack. We get our good old beats in. Okay. Gotta assert the dominance when you can. We have no disruption to the combo this time either. That's a Wall of Blossoms, okay. Does not matter with Earn Him Gem. Just gonna hammer that on downtown. Next turn then, we can Blast a Derm and Finhorn Elves. Just get full squad out. Just let the beats commence. Wonder if I should have an Earthquake in this deck. Wow, Board of 3 Kingdoms. Sick basic. Another wall. Gonna get in with the Djinn. Can we offer up any blocks? They said no, sir. We're gonna Carplusion Forest. And 1 for a Blastoderm. And we're gonna Elves. Gotta get them Elves out. So we're putting some early pressure on. We're not really pressing them too hard because they have the walls here to block, but this is representing 9 damage. And if I don't cast anything, 10 or 11 actually. So we're gonna get 2 through here. Unless they just slam a learn and go combo off on us. Which we couldn't have done anything about. And I wasn't gonna just, because we played them earlier, just metagame them. I'm not like that. If we were playing for something for real, then yeah, but here I just kept a hand that I thought I would slam normally. And I just ran it out. This Bugaloran deck is pretty sick though. Well, they got one half of the combo. If they have a Cavern Harpy, that's Mana War. Okay, it's not quite the Cavern Harpy. I guess they can't bounce Spike Feeder themselves, can they? I kept thinking they could bounce Spike Feeder themselves, but they actually can't. They need a Mana War. Oh, yep, that's GG's. GG's. Nice little turn 4 beatdown. Pyroclasm. Tranquil Domain. They have a ton of lands, it seems like, always. So I think it's all of the Thermokarsts and most of the Rains. They said thanks. I don't know why. They had their infinite. It wasn't like I was trying to do anything sketchy or, stupid. They had their infinite combo. I'm not going to sit here and, make them click it out like they have infinite life. So, ain't no sweat to me. But I'm excited to see what this deck can do on the play again here. I'm not really confident in this deck. I don't think this deck has much legs, sadly. Just think it's a little too cheeky. I wanted to try it out though. I hadn't had a chance to play a brew of my own. I put a lot of this together, just kind of thinking about stuff for a while, but don't think it quite gets there. I do think that there is certain potential merit to like a green-white version of this deck. And just not worrying about Stone Rains and Thermokarsts, just completely getting rid of that side of land destruction and just sticking like 3 Armageddons, 1 Cataclysm in here. and just bombing down on them. Putting some more creatures. You could put some more low down creatures. You could, I could also put the angels as just an absolute finisher. There's some good options with that regard. This deck's probably a lot better with the Mox as well, but I don't play cards that I can't ever own in person. So I'm not going to be buying Moxes anytime soon. It's just not in the budget. All right, this has everything I would like to see out of a hand. We're going to go Elves Forest. Fires you have my off the top would be just gas. Argothian Worm on potential 3 is very nice as well. Cabal Therapy, please don't name Argothian Worm. Probably name Naturalize. Iron Hand Gem. I'm probably saying that completely wrong. I just want to be on record with that as well. Oh, get good. Get good or you're going to get Thoughtseize bugged. It's too good. The Djinn is nice. I like the worm on the play though, because if they want to sack it, they're just going to be kind of stuck on 3 lands. Bop? Do they want to flashback Cabal? Oh, they just had another one. Brutal. I ain't gonna lie to you. They're gonna pick my hand apart here. And I might just be dead in the water. Naturalize, yup. Okay, so they can only take one of my threats. You can't take them both. So they would have went, oh, they don't care. I respect that, actually. I respect that a lot. Maybe they do care. Thinking about it. Just a mean mug in this Djinn artwork, too. I'm a huge fan of it. I'd love them to just take Djinn again and say, you know what, Argothian Worm, you're all right. You're all right in my books. I ain't got to worry about you. Good lad. But I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably take Argothian Worm. Just because, the Djinn's cool or whatever. It's way less damage. The Argothian Worm is just a absolute house. I really liked in the mono green build the quick mana they had. But they also had like winter orbs and stuff, which I think is just A+. I mean, I'm actually just playing Fyndhorn Elf Tribal. Don't know if anyone knew that. I'm actually gonna fetch now. I want this worm on top of my deck. I like having it hang out with me. They're not really in a position to sack a land, I don't think. Yeah, they're going to let this thing chill. They might have a bone shredder. And then my goose is just cooked. I'm actually playing Fyndhorn Elf Tribal. It's my number 1 deck. Wall of Blossoms. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. Full board. My Fyndhorn Elves come in tapped. Didn't play the bird there, so I could threaten the fact that I might have a bolt. To make the elf block a lot worse. Yeah, this deck I just don't think has the staying power, sadly. Yeah, Lauren again? Man. You think it was like more than a 4 of in their deck. Spike Feeder as well? Are they just going to turn 4 combo me again? Are they going to go 1, 2, 3 on me? No. Okay. I was about to say. Oh boy. Um, this is very one-sided if I do this. Nah. No, I don't think I should pyroclasm. Sorry, I was silent there for quite a long time. They could literally go off at any time, though. It's kind of the thing. Yeah, full Portal 3 Kingdom basics. It's just dope. I'm gonna take a peekaroo in my hand. Nope, just gonna unearth. Not a bad call. Bop. Unearth. Underrated card. Gonna get in with the feeder? You're holding back blockers. I think we're holding back blockers. Oh, GG's. Alright. Hit the sideboard. We took one on the play. There is some call for crypt. Maybe one crypt, no rain. Maybe two crypt. Try that. Let's see how this one goes. I'd like to take one against Bugaloran here. I thought they were about to just cook us, though. I thought we were just dust. I thought that was going to be a turn 4 combo when I saw that Aloran hit and then followed by a spike feeder. I was doing my cross on my chest like hooey. No acceleration here. We do have a bolt. That's not really going to do much for us. Tranquil domain. All right, this is what I'm looking for. I think we bottom. I think we bottom Carplusian Forest. Okay. Let's see. They probably have a, yeah, Cabal. Oh, duress. They can take Tranquil or Fires. Fires and Blastoderm is a non-bow, in a sense. So, they do know that they got to play the basics game with me, or fear getting their goose cooked. They take Fires, that means they just don't care about Aloran. That's kind of what we were looking for, actually. But not really. It's going to just like delay us a turn regardless. So, okay, got their own bop. Or not. Okay, Fires. Next turn. Maybe I delay a turn. Depending what they play. Come on. Killing me, Smalls. Yup. Known quantity Blastoderm. They know about Wasteland, Treetop Village. Okay. Nothing to waste here. Ooh, that's a nasty Ripperino Reno off the top. Give me a non-basic land. You hear? Non-basic land. Slam a Lauren. Perfect. Okay. Just for the flex, gotta give the bird +1 +0 or +2 +2. They could snap some nasty stuff off on us right now. Yeah, a little mana war action. Bounce my bop. They're scared. Had him shaking in the boots. Ooh. Nah. I think this is just Wasteland. Set up with a bop. Hold Baloth. Where my Call of the Herds at, huh? They're like one of the best cards I can have against this deck we're playing. They just put stuff out there to beat in with. Raven Familiar. Ooh, Cavern Harpy. It's gonna. I guess I can't bounce my birds again. Okay. Oof. Maybe next turn. All right. Ravenous Baloth is in. I love a Pyroclasm here. If I can get them to deploy Mana War again, they want to just bounce my Baloth. That's what they're feeling. We can beat him with Harpy. Yeah. They want a Mana War again? I don't know if I really would. But I guess maybe if it's the best thing you can do. It is a time walk for me. Okay. Baloth, that's fine. That's perfect. Because what I'm going to do here is Pyroclasm. They can bounce Harpy and I can start beating with Treetop Village. Okay, take a damage. Can't flash it in. Legitimately forgot that card didn't have flash. I've seen it flash so much. Perfect. Get in for 3. Next turn on tap, play Baloth. Mana War is out of the picture. They're back to 3 mana. Cavern Harpy is a still alive draw or a live play here. All right, they're at 4 mana. This is crazy. The way they ripped another Aloran. Wow. That is devious work. Okay, fire up Treetop. Attack. Okay. I'm just thinking what they could have. So they need Mana War to have a Lauren function. So it's a blue or a black creature. Okay. Ooh. That is a toasty boy. Intuition. I want to try Madness. I'm just sitting here thinking about how I want to try Madness. Never actually got to play that deck before. Looks like a load of fun. I'll have to look into it. Target opponent chooses one. All right, Mana War. Okay. Treetop Village for turn. I already had this up, so. Okay, Raven Familiar. Basically, if they don't have Harpy Harpy. Okay. I can't even see who this is targeting. Uh-oh. Did we catch him in the chain? Okay. They do have Raven's Familiar, though. So they do have a chance here to just combo me. They're going to get to see the top, what, 33 cards of their deck. Spike Feeder. They need a Mana War, though. What are they going to name? Baloth? Argothian Worm? Lightning Bolt. That was the last card in their hand. Do they want to take me off either of my options? They're just going to keep on Cavern Harpying. If they find a Mana War, then it's GG's. Okay. All Blossoms. That's very good. Run it again. Call that Cavern Harpy back. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Keep bouncing that Raven Familiar. Mm-hmm. You just got to show me a Mana War and I am good to go. This is a cool deck, though. I actually really, really like this Aloran deck. I know that some people might just, not like it, kind of hate it vibe, but I think it's really rad. Do they have more than one Mana War? I assume they do. Kind of crazy if they didn't. Well, they just sacked there. Spike Feeder? Argothian Worm. They fear the worm. Okay. There's a way here to make like infinitely large things. Some kind of mana trick. I'm not really sure how they do it. Oh, it's Wall of Roots. So I guess they could just Wall of Roots me, make an enormous harpy, or like Raven Familiar or something. Okay, another harpy. Sadly, and no knock to my opponent, this deck just plays slow as all can be on a MTGO. I feel like these type of combo decks, you just run so much faster on paper. And again, I'm not knocking my opponent in the slightest. Lauren's a cool card, though. Ooh, another Raven Familiar. Very nice. Another free look. They got double Harpy. Another spike feeder. I mean, they gotta have a mana war. I haven't even seen a wall of roots though. That's what I'm kind of confused about. There's no wall of roots in the bin. There it is. GG's. All right, that's our third and final match. Let's get to the recap here. Let's talk about this deck. Let's talk about this list here. This ended up being just not a great list, and could be my construction, could just be the meta. My thoughts on this: I tried to build this like a pre-fire deck that I ran early on in the pre-fire for the first league. We don't have any busted interaction between Arbor Elf and I think it's Arbor Elf. Basically untapped forest with a ton of, wild growth type effects on it. Mega mana, like 4 mana on turn 2, just absolutely blasted off to the moon type of vibe. We don't have that here. I thought that this format would be appropriate power level to where we didn't need that. We could get away with just like Finhorn Elves or whatever. It just didn't feel that way. There's too much good removal. We did play the same deck twice, Bugaloran, which is just a combo deck, which can just cook us on turn 4. I just don't think overall that this deck has enough game to really be out here playing like I played it. Baloth is great. Jin was kind of underperforming. Blastoderm was underperforming unless you had a Fires Out. Argothian Worm severely, underperformed. If they're able to hit consistent land drops. Call was great as usual. Fires was pretty solid, but not amazing. You can't really take turn 3 off or turn 2 off in our case often to really deal with it. I think we need some more action. The mana felt pretty good. Sideboard felt pretty good. I just think overall this deck is just not at the power level to play at the MTGO level. Maybe for like a fun weekly play, I could jam this and enjoy it and have a great time. Like this is a deck I'd love to play in paper just because it's pretty straightforward, pretty fun. But yeah, I think that I'm gonna look towards some kind of tax build. I think, but I don't know. It's tough. Like I don't want to buy a City of Traders. They're like $15 or something ridiculous on here. It's like buying paper gold border copies almost. So I don't want to buy City Traders. I don't want to buy Tombs, nothing like that. So I'm just staying away from that. So another reason why I haven't built Mud. I have Mud and paper. I have it all gold bordered, but on here it's just far too expensive. So yeah, overall, I don't think this deck's going to see another run, sadly. It's a ton of fun, but it is what it is. And I think that we can get through and get by with what we have elsewise. Probably going to focus back on goblins for a bit and see if we can get that up and running. So hope everybody enjoyed. This has been 3-2 Brew, and until next time, cheers.